How's it going, Laser Bruisers? I'm Bobby Sixkilla and welcome to an impressions video we're going to be doing on a game called Locked. Now this is a game I picked up quite a while ago actually. It did release this year and it is a killing game like visual novel thing, I believe. I've been meaning to get to it for 6 months. I just never got around to it for some reason. It looks really good. It looks really good and it probably will turn into a full-blown series at some stage, but at this stage I just want to get it out before the end of the year. And before we move on to the 2021 games, you know. So let's get into it. If you guys want to see more, desperately, make sure to let me know in the comments that you want more. Or hit a like on this video. Otherwise, we probably get to more, but it'll be further down the line, you know. So let's just jump into it and see what it's about first. One, two, three. Can you hear me? I'd like to introduce myself. I'm the Dark Lord of Darkness and the master of this game. And in part-time job, I'm the mascot of the team Red Moon Games. I'm here with an important assignment. As a team leader, Red Moon Games is pleased to present our game, Locked. This is our first game, which we tried very hard. Get ready, it's gonna be fun. Wait, I almost forgot. Better play with headphones. Our composer tried very hard. Be sure to check out his work. Well, that sews it up, enjoy the game. Interesting. Another day out of my life was wasted. I believe the developer is Russian as well, so I'm not sure how well the translation's going to be because it is a small team, but we'll see how it goes. Why did I even try? My destiny is the eternal part. In person, no one will dare to give the job to a guy with such a dull complexion. Nothing has changed since I graduated. No, since I moved away from my parents. And if I didn't get the money, bar none, and there is no pretext to see her. What is this? Looks like I finally got lucky. The owner of the thousands of invisible... So you can pay a visit to my favorite spot? I'm a bit confused about the translation already. Welcome to the bar Polaroid. At least order something this time. Every time she greeted me with these words, I ceased to be offended. I'm just kidding. Don't take it seriously. Although every joke has some truth. She has a peculiar sense of humor. It's very sad. But I don't care, because today I was going to ask her out. So you drink? The moment of truth, will I be able to tell her? Now my choice depends on everything. Ask for a date? I can. Listen, you don't want to go somewhere? What? Well, go somewhere. Ever? With me? Are you crazy? I don't even know your name. And you, mine. Here's the opportunity to meet her. Wait. I've not said yes. So you refuse me? Are you stupid? I didn't say that. That means... Again, head hurts. You should finally see a doctor. I don't remember the events before the attack. Blackouts have become a familiar part of my life. But I remember the main thing. I asked that girl. And she had a week. She didn't show up to work for a week, I guess. Left just like that. I could not. And having overcome myself, I went to the bartender. The waitress? We did not have it ever? We're too small to afford additional staff. And how? I came here just for her. Maybe she works a different shift. No, the guy beside me said there's only one bartender and the owner. But this is your waitress. What's her name? I don't know. You have an interesting reason to sit here. Anyway, this girl has never worked here. Can't be, you're lying. I don't know why, but you're lying. It's better to behave calmly. You seem like a good guy, and I don't want you to drive. Are we drunk, are we? Some hell's going on here? How do I behave calmly when he pretends it doesn't exist? What is this? A piece of paper sticking out of the cracks in the floor of the bar. No, not paper. Photograph. An old building, a photograph of an old building. And I know that. An old mansion. Very bad place. Before going on and on about the maniac, but then a group of enthusiasts spent a couple of nights. Now the theme of the day became ghosts. Why ghosts? One of the brave ones who decided to stay there died. Friends not found. Some say that they're murderers, and then they're hiding. Others, I'm gonna try to rephrase it in a way that makes more sense as we go. Apologies. The translation's a lot rougher than I expected. The other one insisted on supernatural powers. Since then, the mansion has been empty. Occasionally, the extreme climbed. Oh, okay. People go there for shit. I couldn't know for sure if she's there, but if she could have moved away, I would have heard about it through someone. And I scored. She went to Polaroid, but now it was not her. I never invited her. Even her name I didn't know. And now I felt that my life was missing something important. I thought about it every day, and then one day I fell asleep on the table. Help me. I woke up with a terrible scream. My screaming. Visitors were dissatisfied, looking in my direction, but I didn't care. This is it. It's really her. I know this voice, this manner of speech. She needs help. The next few hours passed in a fog. I didn't remember running out of the bar. I didn't remember getting in the taxi. I don't remember how I got to the mansion. And here I am. At a place no normal person would go to. But I had to. I knew it wasn't just a dream. It's been almost a month. It's there, I'm sure. When I touched the door handle, my skin shivered. Even if you don't believe in the ghost stories, the mansion remains the same. He was terrible. Geeky animal fear? Wrong place. The door creaked to the side, opening my eyes. On the street, it was already dark, and inside the mansion reigned pitch blackness. So thick that a knife could cut it. I didn't want to go in there. I wanted to do as usual. Score? To go home, sit at the bar and never think about this place? But this time, I took a deep breath and stepped forward. The darkness immediately swallowed me, and then I felt my consciousness float away. Where am I? Like, who am I? I'm terrified of opening my eyes. And I saw nothing. Fumbling hands, I couldn't find the walls, only the rough wooden floor beneath me, and a bunch of dust. This room's been empty for a while. When my eyes were a little accustomed to the darkness, I could make out the outlines of the corridor, passing in the distance. But it didn't matter, because I don't remember who I am. No, I had remembered, but everything is so vague. I think I can remember a bar, some girl, a warm feeling associated with it. I can't remember her face. And your name. I think my name is Max? So now that I know that, now we need to go. I put my hands in front of myself and carefully went forward. Step. One more step. My hands came across something. Stair railing, leading down. Well, there's no other way. Just be careful not to stumble and fall into the darkness. Stage treacherously cracked. I'll not like to fail and get stuck, or break my neck. Another step. Like with my weight on this ladder. My heart was banging like mad. I need to calm down. I can wind. It's just an old scary mansion in which I found myself in a mysterious way. I'm perfectly safe, no doubt. Damn. My heart skipped a beat. I grabbed the railing so hard my fingers ached. After a few seconds it dawned on me that I'm not falling. And I'm still standing on the stairs. Is there someone here? In my head, it instantly flashes scenes of horror movies that feature abandoned mansions. Like it was a girl I can handle if that. Where is she? How can I find her? Just the girl. Rude, really. A little calmer, I began to descend faster. On the creaking steps, I almost didn't pay attention. The fact that there is someone else completely captured my brain, leaving no room for worries or fears. Perhaps now I'll get answers. Preoccupied with my own thoughts, I didn't notice that I'd overcome the last stage. The stairs ended at an old door, behind which I could see the light. Without thinking, I opened it. It was a shabby room with Stranumi wallpaper? I don't know what Stranumi is. There were no windows, The lamp on the wall was periodically blinking, lighting only the entrance to the room. In the dark, I saw a small silhouette. Something busy and therefore didn't pay attention to me. My feet, something flashed. Glass? I suddenly realized that something's wrong. It was too quiet. The noise I heard during the fuss is unknown. The silhouette stopped and apparently looked right at me. What are you doing? Come on, help me out. I'm sorry? I've not heard a word. Are you deaf? Help to pick up the pieces. Some nonsense. Not something I expect to hear from a stranger. Sure, I'll help. Well, okay. Of course, her lack of courtesy. But I couldn't refuse. Sitting down with her, I began to pick up the pieces. The silence was interrupted only with the sound of the pieces together and the unhappy sniff of a new friend. Reaching for another shard, she got into the light and I saw the girl. A simple girl, a redhead with green eyes. From the pocket of her jacket sticking out a Polaroid camera. And her knee is red. I found the girl of glass pieces surprisingly quickly. The girl found the glass pieces surprisingly quickly, as if the twilight in the room didn't interfere. I couldn't help admiring her graceful movements. For some time we silently searched for the pieces of the lens. Finally I decided to interrupt the prolonged pause. Why are you doing this? Not to be cut. Short and clear? And most importantly, what more is there to say? Okay, I'll try again. You live here? Then, such a response I didn't expect. In what sense? Let me finish here, then everything else. What's she thinking about? Some youngster talking to me like that? Ask carefully. Look, one of this place can be scary and everyone is closed from strangers. That's fine, but I'm in the same situation, you know? You're the only one here that's terrible. Get over yourself. Is Amira, she blushing? Finally she got up, dusted herself off and turned to me. Give me the glass. She held out her hand. I carefully poured the shards into her palm and she in turn gently put them in her pocket. Hoshi. Excuse me? That's my name, Hoshi. And be rude not to introduce myself. Yes, right. I was embarrassed. Guess I never asked your name. I'm Max. Nice to meet you. Again there was a pause. I felt out of my element, but Hoshi seemed to have been still. Oh, what is this place? The mansion, don't you see? God, this is going to be harder than I thought. I understand, but where exactly are we? The girl looked at me like I'm insane. I don't know what that means. Oh, I don't know what that means either. I have to find it. Oh, none of your business. She reached down somewhere into a corner. Well, that's great. The only inhabitant of this place is clearly insane. And suddenly she's looking for a knife to stab me? That I was not myself? Involuntarily, I made a step to the door, through which she entered. Or I entered. And felt like I stepped on something. Bending down, I picked up a small bundle of black. In the dark, this she'll never find. Yielding to a sudden impulse, I turned her around. Inside was a brass key with a beautiful beard. It was engraved with something. Max. Oh, you found it. Hoshi got out into the light, removing the hair strands of the web. Come here. She held out her hand. Okay. I put the key into her palm. She's smirking. Almost as an afterthought, I stuck the cloth in which was wrapped the key into her pocket. Into my pocket. At least I can keep something. Thank you. Everything went well. Hoshi headed for the door, which I located opposite the stairs. What? Wait, where? On. The girl's face was obvious as her reluctance to explain anything. Would you like to sit in dark, scary rooms? Listen, I gotta get out of here. I don't know where the exit is. I don't even remember how I got here. And I understand. I know where the exit is. I've been all over this mansion. Great. Felt like a stone fell from my soul. Are you going to show me the way? Sure, why not? Nothing else to do. With those words, Hoshi opened the door and left the room. I hurried after her. Sorry, I am trying very hard. I don't think it's ready to be in English just yet, personally. Don't worry if you can't handle when you have to leave. I understand. Right now I'm considering whether I should actually be recording this, or whether I should just give up and delete what I have recorded so far. But then, you know, if it's not ready for English, it's probably best that I let it be known that it's not ready for English, you know? So if you're an English speaker primarily, you probably want to avoid this until it's patched. We went into the corridor, the same old and battered like everything else in this mansion. My opinion again caught a new friend, so unsuitable to the surrounding atmosphere. How did someone like her live in such a place? The lights flickered. That really got on my nerves. The mansion made a strong impression. It was uncomfortable. That almost physical feeling on the skin, causing waves of tingling throughout the body. I looked at Hoshi. I'm glad you're here. What are you muttering about? Say, I was just saying I'm glad I'm not here alone. Without me, you just lost. Yet despite the behavior, I felt some tension. On the other hand, I too would be wary of people in my house that doesn't remember anything. Yeah. It was expressed even in gait. I looked. Although she tried hard to hide it, she was limping slightly. Looks like she's in pain. And all this time she's suffered? Look, I'm giving... What? My attention was attracted by something. Sticking out from a hole in the floor, in the light of the lamp, glittered a metal plate. I would not have noticed if not for staring at Hoshi. And somehow, this thing seemed to be very important. Well? Take a closer look. Wait. I went to the hole in the floor and pulled out a belt. Leather, broad buckle which sported an anchor. I remember my dad was... This particularly remembers my 5th point. What was my 5th point? Look what I... Hoshi? She wasn't there. The corridor was empty. Absent-mindedly, I looked at the belt again. Just above the anchor on the plate was engraved seagulls. My mum asked me to do a master's to make a gift for my father that was memorable. Why are you stuck? Hoshi stood in front of me. Where have you been? Don't freak out, I'm not lost. I just sat down here to rest. She pointed to a dark spot, which the light bulb was missing. Nonsense. I would not... If you were there, I would have noticed. Although, maybe I didn't see because of... I was afraid? What was that? I cringed. Maybe something fell. The mansion's old, you never know what might happen. Well, or small animals running around. Rodents, for example. In such places because there are rodents? Looking at Hoshi, I started to get more nervous. She tried not to look, but her face was clearly red, full of concern. Let's go faster. Why, what is it? Don't ask stupid questions, just gotta keep going. We accelerated. I looked around, but nothing... But... I didn't see anything in the dark hallway behind us. What, I thought? The music's actually very good. Very intense. But Hoshi too? Moreover, she knew. What's approaching? Hoshi looked around, her eyes flashed with fright. Faster. Damn, if not for Hoshi's leg, I would have broken into a run. We walked as fast as we could, but something was approaching behind us. That goddamn sound was getting louder. What if it's gonna hit us? Oh, damn shit, I don't want to die. There. Hoshi showed the open door, which was in front of us a few meters. The sound was very close, right behind us. With some uncharacteristic effort, I pushed the girl forward. Hoshi screamed and literally flew into the opening. Then the sound came again directly above me. Like a scolded cat, I popped into the room and slammed the door. Leaped light from the hallway, the room plunged into darkness. Leaning against the door, I listened hard, trying to figure out if it's gone. I can't try. Hoshi's voice was surprisingly calm. There's nothing left. Really, there's dead silence. From his shoulders like a mountain fell. I'm fine, I'm alive, and well. What happened? Who was chasing us? Who knows? It just appears, that's all. And then it disappears. It happens rarely. Consider yourself lucky. With such luck, I ran into an unknown creature. It's still dangerous. Okay, let's get out of here. I don't want to stay in this part of the mansion any longer. What the? The door didn't yield. I pushed harder. Locked? That's the name of the game. Enough to pull the door? Annoyed, it slammed. I hear something back, but you closed it, and now we're locked in here. I felt inside growing panic. We got no way to get out. And the door's so strong, I couldn't break it down. What do we do now? Hey, I'm nervous. Can hear you, you piece of shit? I'm not a softie. My voice is not as confident as I'd like. Just, the door is strong here. And I was out of breath while we're trying to get away from that thing. Yeah, of course. Maybe instead of bullying, you'll offer something worthwhile. I was beginning to get angry. Well, let's deal with this, Dark. If I remember correctly, on the table near the door should be light. Can you find it? I tried to calm her shaking hands. I'm still afraid. Need to calm down. No panic and anger won't solve the problem. Yes, it was to my right, and finding only emptiness, I reached out to the left, and my hand felt the cold iron of the lantern corpse. Wait, kerosene? I have no idea how to light it, but I can imagine. Come here. I took the lantern and outstretched my hands, walking carefully, focusing on the voice of Hoshi. At first I was afraid to bump into something, but then I got used to it and began to walk more confidently. Even a little bit. The girl's voice sounded very close. I tried to find her by touch, sliding my hands in different directions. Vagu? My wrist someone grabbed my wrist. There you are. Her hand so soft and warm. My spine shivered, and Hoshi pulled me closer to her. So wait a sec. There was a quiet creaking, and in the girl's hands a match flared. The light was falling beautifully on her face, charmingly reflected in the green eyes. She was so close, I was speechless just looking at her. And Hoshi looked at me like I'm nuts. Well, what are you looking at? The match is about to go out. Give me the lantern. It's just, you're so... Her words flew past my ears. What? The girl angrily snatched the lamp from my hand and quickly lit the fuse. Soft light filled the room, drawing the outlines of the furniture. The room was in chaos. Chairs stood haphazardly, almost everywhere, a thick layer of dust. Some parts are like really well translated and other parts are very poorly translated. Very confused. But I'm going to wrap this one up here. It's got an interesting premise so far, but the English is just not well. Like, I'm used, as you are all aware, like we've done Vigilant Villa and stuff like that, I'm used to poorly translated games. But this is very poorly translated at this stage. Maybe they're working on it. I don't know. But it'd probably be worth coming back to if they do sort that out. But for now, I wouldn't recommend it unless you can speak Russian. Because it does have a Russian language option, and I assume that is then the natural language. So it should presumably be written well in that case. But if there is some major update, I'll bring you back to this. Until then, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.